The meditation on solemnity of the most holy body and blood of Christ. On June 12, 2022. The full love that emptied everything. Today, the solemnity of the most holy body and blood of Christ is a day to deeply remember the passionate love of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, who died on the cross and gave up all of his body and blood for us. The Lord melts into us in the form of bread and wine through the Eucharist, celebrated at the hands of the priest, so that we may act in remembrance of his endless love. Thus, we should cherish the joy of achieving eternal union with the Lord, meditate on the supreme humility of the Lord, who is present among us, and imitate the love that he gives freely. The Eucharist is a mystical event that culminates in the natural love of the Triune God. Last week, we prayed that we might approach that mystery, and we meditated on the love that breaks down worlds with love and melts into perfect unity with respect and consideration. Thus, in the Eucharist, we gratefully experience the mercy of the Lord, who accompanies us in perfect unity with the unsparing love that empties and gives us completely. Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine, and being a priest of God Most High. In these words today, I reflect on the vocation of the priest, who is called to connect the Most High God to this earth, and to proclaim his existence. It is the making of God's presence among human beings. Could there be a greater love than the existence of loving and staying together as a whole being? We experience weakness and faults that come from imperfection, and we have to endure the hurt and loneliness that each of us experience as our lives come together and collide. And in a world that doesn't last forever, we often struggle to move forward amidst the pain and anguish of having to deal with current conflicts. In such a case, it is indescribably grateful that there is a blessing of having unchanging hope. When we are suffering from insatiable hunger and earnest thirst, our faith in God and God's unsparing answers become a source of never-dying and incorruptible food. This is my body, that is for you. This cup is the new covenant in my blood. The Lord does not require human praise for his splendid glory. Instead, the Lord is crushed to become food for us, and is not afraid to crumble to give us the gift of new relationships. Just as grain loses its shape, and fruit loses its original form to become food and drink, so the Lord, who emptied everything and lay in a poor and shabby manger, already showed us the way of love to become food. The proclamation of Emmanuel, who became the food contained in the manger and brought about the holy birth, is the essence of the Eucharist. God is with us. Jesus spoke to the crowds about the kingdom of God, and he healed those who needed to be cured. Then, taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he said the blessing over them. They all ate and were satisfied. The Lord opens his word so that we can seek him in the midst of the world, understand and taste his will, and realize his love on earth. In this way, we who are lost will be able to find comfort, regain strength, and find a way. And the Lord provides food for his word to be filled with love, practically and heal. I look forward to the mercy of the Lord who cares deeply for us, to quench our spiritual thirst with the Word, and to satisfy our hunger for the eternal God through the Eucharist and the Holy Blood. The Lord knows the beginning and present of our journey to seeking Him and coming to Him. He listens to the tears and wounds that have not been opened. He grants us grace to do the holy work that leads us to know the path we should take and follow it. This is the sacrament. And following is how the Lord proclaims our calling. Do this in remembrance of me. Remembering doesn't mean leaving it to your imagination. It means to let His vivid love come alive in our hearts, to breathe with Him deep in our soul, and to live with that love. Memory is not just a thought that dwells in our brains. It is the focal point of change that makes us the voice of the Lord, that shakes and awakens us and drives us to action. The Lord wants us to pave the way for the love He has shown us until we die in this world. And the Lord allows us to make the world beautiful by walking with the people on that road. Let each piece come together so that it becomes a life that draws a sketch of the kingdom of heaven. I hope that your life will be colored by the Lord and changed by the love of the Lord. In this way, the grace of life that becomes love and is given to each other in the Eucharist in the image of Christ is the eternal wisdom given to us.